France is in turmoil and is grappling with deep challenges. The state is hugely in debt, the political elite is widely unpopular, and riots have become a common occurrence. In particular, the nation faces a simmering economic crisis, marked by high unemployment and deindustrialization. Yet, one sector is thriving, the defense industry. Propelled by the global success of the Rafale fighter jet, France has surged to become the world's second-largest arms exporter, showcasing the quality and appeal of its weapons. So, what drives the success of French arms manufacturers, and can this momentum last? To answer these questions, we need to start first with a brief overview of the French militaro-industrial complex. Nowadays, the French MIC is an important contributor to the national economy, employing over 200,000 people and generating more than 30 billion euros in annual revenue. It is anchored by 9 major industrial groups. First, Dassault Aviation. The aerospace company is riding high on the success of its Rafale, a fourth-generation fighter jet that has become France's top defense export, securing massive contracts with nations like India and the UAE. Another major company is Naval Group. A shipbuilding giant, it produces everything from aircraft carriers to frigates, corvettes, and nuclear submarines. Among its top export products are the Scorpion SSK, the FDI frigate, and the Go-Wind corvette. France is evidently present in the sector of armored vehicles and land systems through Arcus and KNDS France. Both of these companies are part of the Scorpion program, which aims to provide the French army with next-generation armored vehicles such as the Griffon or the Jaguar. And KNDS produces the widely popular KSR artillery system, a standout export success. Two major companies that provide critical subsystems for the defense industry are Thales and Safran. Thales is in particular known for its radar and sonar systems and expertise in electronics and software, while Safran specializes in the production of engines for the aerospace sector. Then there is MBDA, a missile manufacturer. It produces a wide array of cutting-edge munitions for air, land and sea applications, such as the Scalp, the Aster or Meteor. As for Ariane Group, it focuses on space technologies and builds advanced launchers and satellites. Last but not least, Airbus Defence and Space is the defense arm of Airbus and develops various advanced systems for air and space applications. Thus, we can see how France's defense industry is a comprehensive ecosystem, producing nearly every major defense product: fighter jets, warships, submarines, missiles, satellites, armored vehicles, radars, engines, and sophisticated software. We should also highlight how the French militaro-industrial complex is diverse in its structure. Indeed, some companies like Dassault Aviation are fully French, while others like MBDA and Airbus are European partnerships. Besides, some, like Naval Group and Thales, have partial state ownership, while others, like Dassault, are privately owned. Finally, it should be noted that the French government plays a crucial role through the Direction Générale de l'Armement, France's equivalent to DARPA. The DGA drives innovation and manages the defense industry by ensuring its alignment with national security needs. Thus, France boasts a world-leading defense industry, mature and technologically advanced, forged by its long-standing status as a global power. Deeply integrated with France's renowned scientific and educational systems, this industry benefits from the country's centuries-old reputation for producing exceptional engineers and mathematicians. Yet, nations like Germany and the UK, with similar strengths, lag behind. So, what sets France apart? The key lies in France's unique political stance. While firmly part of the West, France traditionally prioritizes its strategic autonomy, viewing its defense industry as a pillar of the country's sovereignty. This approach results in a more comprehensive weapons portfolio than its rivals, often ITAR-free, meaning with minimal reliance on American components. Compared to US offerings, French weapons come with fewer restrictions on usage and more flexibility. Besides, unlike other European nations which often impose strict export controls tied to human rights concerns, France adopts a more pragmatic approach, enabling sales even to authoritarian regimes with significantly less bureaucratic red tape. French politicians also actively champion their weapons on the global stage, unapologetically promoting exports. France has further strengthened its position through long-term partnerships with key clients like Greece, Egypt, the UAE, Qatar, and most notably India, now its top buyer. A major boost came from the Western sanctions on Russia's arms exports, starting in 2014 and intensified since 2022. As Russia's market share faltered, countries like Indonesia and Egypt turned to France, with both preferring the Rafale over the Su-35. But it is especially in India, the world's largest arms importer, that France has capitalized on Russia's setbacks, bolstered by its strong ties with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his BJP party, compared to the opposition Congress Party's traditional alignment with Russia. Finally, it should be noted that many French weapon systems are not only reaching their peak maturity, like the Rafale, but are also battle-proven, making them even more attractive for global buyers. But can France's defense industry sustain its remarkable success? Let's see what opportunities and challenges lie ahead. The global stage seems set for growth, with rising defense spending driven by the weakening of the rules-based international order in the wake of Russia's war in Ukraine. France is well positioned to capitalize, especially in Europe, where opportunities are rising. Traditionally, European nations rely heavily on US weapons, but the increasingly isolationist and irrational Trump administration could push them toward France's offering. This shift would bolster European sovereignty and reduce reliance on their unpredictable overseas partner. However, France's current success hinges on mature, battle-proven platforms like the Rafale, Scorpion, and Caesar. As warfare evolves rapidly, new technologies are emerging and are becoming critical to achieve battlefield success. Among them, 5th and in the future 6th generation fighters with advanced stealth features are now proven to be much more survivable on the battlefield. Hypersonic weapons are a new deadly class of weapons that has no answer for the moment. Drones of all kinds, from the heavier systems like the Iranian Shahed to the humble but deadly FPV systems, have proven their worth in Ukraine. Advanced air defense and electronic warfare systems are thus needed in greater quantity to counter this new menace. Finally, AI-driven battlefield integration is also poised to revolutionize warfare. As it stands, France lags in most of these areas, with other nations taking the lead such as the US, China or Russia. Thus, without substantial investments, France's defense offerings risk losing their edge in the coming years. Yet, such investments hinge on domestic political will, as the defense industry's core mission is to meet France's own security needs. Given France's tight budgetary constraints, major funding increases seem unlikely. International partnerships offer a potential solution, but they come with challenges. For example, France collaborates with Germany and Spain on the Future Combat Air System program, aiming to develop a 6th-generation fighter ecosystem by the 2040s. However, differing priorities and objectives among the partners create frictions that ultimately jeopardize the whole program. In particular, Dassault, which represents France in this program, is increasingly skeptical over its success and could pull out entirely in the future. But such partnerships seems now unavoidable, and ultimately, France's path towards sustained success depends on choosing the right allies to navigate an increasingly volatile global landscape. If successful, France's defense industry will likely remain a global powerhouse, continuing to punch above its weight.